Hi friends, in this session we would study about the types of function. In types of function we would study in this session about the reciprocal function. So let's we start with the reciprocal function. First I would like to define what is reciprocal function basically. The function f r minus 0 to r defined by f of x is equal to 1 over x is called the reciprocal function. So it is the reciprocal of any number. If there is 5, the reciprocal of 5 would be 1 over 5. So in this way it is called the reciprocal function. So let us see how we make the graph of this reciprocal function and how we get the domain and range of this function. So we start with some explanation. We are taking here, if we take x is equal to minus 3, we see what happens. First we take the negative values here. So f of x, or which is also called the y, is equal to minus 1 over 3. If we have x is equal to minus 2, f of x we have now minus 1 by 2. If we have x is equal to minus 1, then f of x is equal to minus 1. If we have x is equal to 0, or we take some other negative fractional numbers, so we get here x is equal to minus 1 over 3. So we get f of x is equal to minus 3. If we take x is equal to minus 1 over 2, so we get f of x is equal to minus 2. If we get x is equal to 0, so we get what we get here. So we get f of x not defined. It is not defined, which is infinitive. Now we plot these points here on this graph. We see what happens now. If x is minus 3, then y is minus 1 over 3. So it would be here. The point would be here. If x is minus 2, y would be minus 1 by 2. So it would be here in between with this 0 and minus 1. If x is minus 1, y is minus 1. It is here. If x is minus 1 over 3, so it is here minus 1 over 3. So we get minus 3. We get here. If we get x is equal to minus 1 by 2, which is in between is this, so we get minus 2. So in this way we get the graph for this. So we have plot these all points here. Now we make the graph for this. So how we get the graph here, I show you. So this we have got the graph in this way on the negative side of this graph, the third quadrant, which is also called the negative quadrant. We get this graph in this way. Now if you put some other values here, if you put the positive value for x, what we get, we see if you put x is equal to 1, we get f of x is equal to 1. If we put x is equal to 2, then f of x is 1 over 2. If we put x is equal to 3, we get f of x is equal to 1 over 3. Similarly, if we put some fractional positive numbers here, so x is equal to 1 over 2, if we put, so f of x is equal to 2. If you put x is equal to 1 over 3, So f of x is equal to 3. So in this way we get these numbers. Now we draw this graph here. So for x is equal to 1, we have f of x is 1 here. So we get point here, and x is equal to 2, then f of x 1 by 2. So we get point here. If x is equal to 3 and it is 1 over 3, we get here. Similarly for 1 over 4, we get here. In this way we get the points. If x is equal to 1 by 2, then y is equal to 2, and x is equal to 1 by 3, y is equal to 1 by 3, and the 4 we get becomes nearer and nearer to this y-axis here, and here also we come nearer and nearer to x-axis. It won't touch to the x-axis and the y-axis, this graph. So now we plot this graph here. In this way you get this graph. So you see this is the mapping of this reciprocal function. Now we find out the domain and range according to this mapping. So we see the domain. Just a moment. We see the domain. We have seen that x is equal to u, it is not defined. So the domain is r minus 0. About range you see range is also not equal to 0. We won't get here if we put any number, we won't get 0 here. So here also you see it won't touch this x-axis, and here also the left side on this x-axis this graph won't touch the x-axis. So y is not equal to 0. So we get here range is also r minus 0. So this is the graph of reciprocal function, and we have seen how we get the domain and range. What would be the domain and range this reciprocal function? Thank you.